If God has you separated from someone right now, the truth is that it is not because he thinks it's easy for you. It is not because it's in alignment with what you want. It is also not because he's trying to punish you. And so often I feel like I talk a lot about this period of separation where God has two people separated. And I'm not going to speak to whether or not God is going to bring you back together, whether he's going to repair, whether he's going to reconcile, and he's going to bring you back together with your person, because I don't know, only God knows. But what I do know is that if God has two people separated, whether temporarily or permanently, that is what's best. And it is what is best because, and I share a lot about the reasons of why, like on my account, if you go to my page, you will see I talk a lot about the period of separation. But if there's one reason, like one general reason why God separates two people, and I'm not talking about that you guys had a fight and one person was just like, I'm done, I'm over this. That's not God guided, right? Like that's not centered in God. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you are in the place where you know God is asking you to separate from this person for a little bit. He's asking you to take time. It is because the work that he can do in you and in the other person is more effective separate at this point. It is going to be more effective when you guys are not together. If at a certain point it would be effective for the work that he wants to do in both of you to bring you back together, he will bring you back together. Like, it's so easy to get our emotions and our perspective wrapped up into this. Proverbs 3:5, do not lean on your own understanding. Do not lean on your own emotions. Do not let your emotions tell you what you should or should not do, or even how you should feel about it. Because at the end of the day, the truth is that if it would be most effective for God to do the work in both of you together, he will bring you together. If the work that God wants to do in both of you would be more effective when you guys are apart, he's going to pull you apart and separate you. And I already know, because I get it in my comments all the time, that this is the point that a lot of people are going to say, but this is so hard, but I'm having such a hard time. And this is exactly the point where I say, you detach. Like, truly the only thing that helped me was to focus on my current assignment, to focus on, first of all, retreating to God, going all in on God and just focusing on my relationship with him, and trusting that by doing that, God was going to guide me to go back to Nick or to not go back to Nick. But either way, I was going to be guided by God. And the only way I could be guided by God was to focus on God. If I'm focused on Nick, I'm being guided by Nick. So I retreated. I focused on God and just focused on my relationship with God. And in part of that, you naturally start to focus on your own life outside of the relationship. You start to focus on what God is asking you to do in your life, because if he's calling you to not be in a relationship right now, he wants you to focus on other things. God does not want you to be miserable. He has a beautiful life for you right now. So if you're in this place where he's calling you to not be in a relationship, guess what? There's something else amazing in your life right now that he wants you to focus on. He wants you to focus on getting a new job or building a business, or maybe building some sort of partnership or finding new friends. Like, whatever it is because he wants you to focus on other things. It is not to punish you. It is not, let's make sure Sally goes through a really hard season. He wants you to focus on other things. And when you retreat and you focus just on him, and you focus on your life and the current assignment he is giving you in your life. I talk about current assignment all the time. I have a 2-hour testimony and training. If you want my help and support with this, focus on the current assignment that God is giving you in your life. This has changed my walk of faith, because when you are able to detach from the relationship and focus on that, you start to see that this is a good thing, that the separation is a good thing. It is giving you an opportunity to focus on other things, to really get centered in God, so that you can be guided by God, so that if the relationship comes back together, it comes back together from God. And that is the type of relationship you want. If that's what God has for you, the relationship will happen naturally just by focusing on him and focusing on your current assignment. Focusing on him, being guided by him, and being guided by him one step, one instruction, or like I say, one assignment at a time. That will naturally include the relationship that you're meant to be part of. Like I mentioned, I have a 2-hour testimony and training where I go fully into how to be guided by God, one assignment at a time, so that you can be guided to everything he has for you. You know where to find the link.